Welcome to our video on the top 10 things to do in Australia. Whether you're planning a trip down under or just dreaming of one, we've got you covered with our list of the best sights, experiences, and adventures that this amazing country has to offer. From the natural wonders of the Great Barrier Reef and Uluru to the cultural attractions of Sydney and Melbourne, there's something for everyone in Australia. So sit back, relax, and get ready to explore the land of kangaroos, koalas, and stunning landscapes. Let's get started. Visit the Great Barrier Reef. Are you ready for an adventure in the underwater kingdom? Grab your snorkeling gear because we're headed to the Great Barrier Reef. Located off the coast of Queensland, this natural wonder is home to an underwater world so breathtakingly beautiful, it'll make Ariel jealous. With over 2,900 individual reefs and 900 islands, the Great Barrier Reef is the largest coral reef system in the world, spanning over 2,300 kilometers in length. Dive into the crystal clear turquoise waters and discover a kaleidoscope of colorful marine life, from clownfish and sea turtles to giant clams and reef sharks. The Great Barrier Reef is a haven for divers and snorkelers alike, offering some of the best underwater experiences in the world. But be warned, this underwater paradise is in danger due to climate change and other human activities. So let's be responsible travelers and do our part to protect this precious ecosystem. Explore the outback. Venture into the red desert sands and discover ancient rock formations that tell the stories of the Dreamtime, the creation stories of the Aboriginal people. Marvel at the towering monoliths of Uluru, also known as Ayers Rock, as it changes color with the shifting sun. Keep an eye out for the unique wildlife that calls this region home. Spot a kangaroo hopping across the dusty plains, or catch a glimpse of an emu strutting its stuff. And if you're lucky, you might even catch a glimpse of a dingo or a wedge-tailed eagle. But the outback is not for the faint of heart. This is a land that demands respect, where the rules are different and the dangers are real. So pack plenty of water, sunscreen, and a good map, and make sure to respect the land and its traditional custodians, the Aboriginal people. Experience the Sydney Opera House. This masterpiece of 20th century architecture is more than just a building. It's a symbol of Australia's creative spirit and a testament to human ingenuity. Located in the heart of Sydney, the Opera House is a work of art both inside and out, with its unique sail-like design and stunning harbor views. Step inside and be transported to a world of music, drama, and culture. With over 1,600 performances held every year, the Sydney Opera House is a cultural hub that offers something for everyone. From opera and ballet to theater and contemporary music, there's always something new and exciting happening on its many stages. But the Opera House is not just for the elite. There are plenty of affordable options for those on a budget. From free tours to outdoor concerts on the forecourt. And if you're feeling adventurous, why not try the Bridge Climb Sydney and get a bird's eye view of the Opera House from atop the Sydney Harbour Bridge. Visit Uluru. The massive sandstone rock formation, also known as Ayers Rock, is an icon of the Australian outback and is considered sacred by the local Aboriginal people. Standing at over 340 meters tall and spanning 3.6 kilometers in length, Uluru is an imposing sight that will leave you in awe. But the real magic happens at sunrise and sunset, when the rock seems to change color right before your eyes. As the sun rises and sets, the red rock glows with an intensity that seems to come from within. It's a spiritual experience that will leave you feeling connected to the land and its people. And speaking of the people, the local Anangu people have been living in harmony with this land for tens of thousands of years, and they have a deep understanding and reverence for its natural wonders. Learn about their ancient culture and traditions by taking a guided tour or attending a cultural event. Go wine tasting in the Barossa Valley. Located just outside of Adelaide, the Barossa Valley is a world-renowned wine region that has been producing some of Australia's best wines for over 150 years. With over 80 cellar doors to choose from, there's a wine for every palate, from full-bodied Shiraz to crisp Riesling and everything in between. But it's not just about the wine. The Barossa Valley is also home to some of the finest food and products in the country. Indulge in a long lunch at one of the many restaurants, cafes, or farmers markets, and pair your meal with a glass of local wine. You'll taste the flavors of the region in every bite. And if you're feeling adventurous, why not take a hot air balloon ride over the vineyards at sunrise? It's a breathtaking way to see the rolling hills and lush vineyards from above and get a bird's eye view of the stunning landscape. See the wildlife on Kangaroo Island. Located off the coast of South Australia, Kangaroo Island is a nature lover's paradise. With over 50% of the island's landmass dedicated to conservation, it's no wonder that it's teeming with wildlife. You'll feel like you've stepped back in time to a world where nature reigns supreme. This island is home to several species of kangaroos, including the endangered Kangaroo Island kangaroo, and you're almost guaranteed to spot them in their natural habitat. Just watch out for them hopping across the road. Next, it's time to meet the cuddliest creatures on the island, the koalas. The island has a thriving koala population, and you can spot them lounging in the gum trees or napping in the eucalyptus-scented air. But that's not all. Kangaroo Island is home to a thriving population of sea lions, wallabies, echidnas, and more. Take a guided tour to see these animals in their natural habitats, or visit one of the island's wildlife parks to get up close and personal with some of the more elusive species. Learn about Australia's history at the National Museum of Australia. One of the highlights of the museum is the Indigenous Focus Gallery, which showcases the incredible diversity and complexity of Indigenous cultures throughout the country. From ancient rock art to contemporary art and everything in between, you'll gain a new appreciation for the richness and depth of the Indigenous culture. But the museum doesn't just focus on the past. It also has exhibits that highlight the many different aspects of Australian life today. Learn about the country's unique flora and fauna, its diverse communities, and the challenges facing the country in the 21st century. And the museum is more than just exhibits. It also offers a wide range of events, talks, and workshops that are sure to engage and inspire. Meet Indigenous artists, listen to talks by leading historians and experts, or even try your hand at traditional crafts. Take a road trip along the Great Ocean Road. This iconic road stretches for over 400 kilometers along the stunning southeastern coast of Australia, and it's one of the most scenic drives you'll ever experience. You'll see everything from rugged cliffs to beautiful beaches and lush rainforests to charming seaside towns. While at the Great Ocean Road, check the 12 Apostles Rock Formation. These towering limestone stacks jut out of the ocean, and they're a sight to behold, especially at sunrise or sunset. And while there may not actually be 12 of them anymore, thanks to erosion, they're still a breathtaking sight. But the 12 Apostles are just the beginning. The Great Ocean Road is home to a host of other natural wonders. Stop at the Otway National Park to explore lush rainforests and discover hidden waterfalls, or take a dip in one of the many beautiful beaches along the way. And let's not forget about the charming seaside towns along the way. Stop in Lorne or Apollo Bay to grab a bite to eat and take in the laid-back beach vibe, or head to the historic fishing village of Port Fairy to get a taste of Australia's colonial past. Explore the Dainty Rainforest. This lush, green wonderland is home to an incredible array of flora and fauna. From towering trees to delicate orchids, from colorful butterflies to rare and endangered species like the cassowary, you'll feel like you've stepped back in time as you wander through this ancient forest, breathing in fresh, fragrant air and listening to the calls of exotic birds and animals. One of the highlights of the Dainty Rainforest is the Mossman Gorge, a stunning natural wonder that's perfect for swimming, hiking, or just admiring from a distance. The crystal clear waters of the Mossman River cascade over ancient granite boulders, creating pools and waterfalls that are straight out of a dream. But that's just the beginning. There are countless other hidden gems to discover in the Dainty Rainforest. Take a guided tour to learn more about the unique plants and animals that call this place home, or venture off the beaten path to explore some of the lesser-known corners of the forest. Visit the bustling city of Melbourne. First off, let's talk about the food. Melbourne is a food lover's paradise, with an incredible array of restaurants, cafes, and street vendors serving up everything from classic Aussie fare to international cuisine. Whether you're in the mood for a hearty meat pie, some fresh seafood, or a trendy plant-based dish, you'll find it all in Melbourne. And speaking of trends, Melbourne is also a hub of cutting-edge art and culture. The city is home to numerous galleries, museums, and performance venues showcasing everything from contemporary art to classic theater. But perhaps the most iconic expression of Melbourne's creative spirit is its street art scene. Graffiti and murals can be found all over the city, transforming ordinary alleyways and buildings into vibrant, eye-catching works of art. Of course, Melbourne is also famous for its sporting culture, with events like the Australian Open tennis tournament and the Melbourne Cup horse race drawing fans from around the world. And let's not forget about the shopping. Whether you're looking for high-end fashion or quirky vintage finds, Melbourne has it all. And that's a wrap, folks. We hope you enjoyed our video on the top 10 things to do in Australia. From iconic landmarks to hidden gems, we've covered the best that this amazing country has to offer. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more travel tips and inspiration. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.